Happy Friday. That seems to be the sentiment today. And yes, we are here to Friday and we are live here on my channel. I'm Carissa Wiley, by the way, from sprinkledwithglitter.com. Welcome to my craft room and welcome to this live stream. I am so glad all of you are here. And if you're watching on the replay, I just want to say thanks for being here as well. Couple things to get to. I have a poll already set up. You guys are going to help me craft today and you guys are going to call the shots. So be ready for that in just a bit. I see so many of you out there and I really appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, would you go ahead and just click over and subscribe, turn on those notifications, and that way you're notified anytime I post a video, anytime I go live. And I love it when you are all chatting in the comments. So thank you for being here live. Thanks for chatting along. If you have a question, be sure to put the word question in all caps, and then you can just type the question out in regular font. No need to yell. So anyway, if we're going along and you have a question, just type out the word question in all caps. That helps it pop out for me, especially as more and more people are chatting along. I'm going to be using some products from the stamp market today, and specifically, I'm going to be using a press plate. So y'all are going to help me decide. The other thing I wanted to ask you to do is, if you have not already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And I just remembered that I have not yet put my phone on Do Not Disturb. So we're going to do that. And I have a couple of options for you today. So let's get down to the desktop and let's chat about our options and then y'all can vote. Okay, hold on. Just getting things worked out over here. All right, let's go to the desktop, shall we? There we are. So I really want to feature this MEMO press plate from the stamp market. And I have two ideas for this. So the first idea is that we can do hot foil, and we can talk about all things hot foil today. Actually, that's the second option in the poll. So just FYI, if you're looking at the poll, that will come up second. So we can hot foil this, and we can just talk about hot foiling. We might be able to run it through a few times, troubleshoot some things. That's option number one. Option number two, and this will be a little more like time consuming, but possibly very worth it. Option number two is that we could do a rainbow better press. Now, honestly, haven't tried it. I mean, it's going to be like stamping in multiple colors, but this could be a hard design to do it with. But the other option would be rainbow better press, and we would just use the colors that I have pulled out in a rainbow order and do like rainbow stripes all the way down. I don't know. Think about it for just a second. I'm going to show you some of the other products that we may use along the way today, and then I'm going to throw up the poll. So those are the two options. Let's talk all about hot foiling, or let's do some rainbow better press. The thing is, we did better press a couple of weeks ago here on the live stream, and so I didn't know if you guys were like over the better press thing and you want to see something different. Okay, I have a couple of sentiments pulled out. I love just scripty sentiments. So we could go and we could make this a birthday card just by putting a sentiment on it. It's a simple design, or we could put in something like hello, best wishes, big hugs, etc. The thing about this is that this is out of stock. So we may go with the confetti. I also have, if we do foiling, I want to add some colorful design to it. So I pulled out the strips dies in all the different widths here. I have the paper clip die, which we're going to use one way or another, whether we better press or we hot foil, we're going to use the paper clips. And then I also have, and I think I'll use this either way. This is, I'm not even sure what this is called. Maybe this is the manila envelope stamp set, maybe, I'm thinking. But don't vote in the comments. Well, you can vote in the comments, but I'm going to throw up a poll in just a moment. This also has the manila, I got my hair done this week, and you know, every time I get it done, it takes me about 2 weeks to like it. So I get about 4 weeks that I love it, and then about 2 weeks that I'm just driven crazy by it. And I'm in the 2 weeks of being driven crazy. This is the manila envelope die set, and I want to use this whether we do better press or whether we do hot foil. So are you all ready to vote? I can tell you are chomping at the bits. Look at you guys. This press plate is right up my alley. I have 4 notebook pads of paper in front of me. Okay, so let me click over to here. Oh, I had the poll all set up and now it has disappeared. So we have to redo this again, which you guys, my keyboard, by the way, I did link it in the YouTube description because you guys ask about this every single time. I had this all ready to go and it disappeared. So let's do this. What are we doing today? Okay, rainbow better press or hot foil. Give me all the tips. Okay, starting the poll right now, and we will see how this goes. It should pop up in the top of your live chat section. So if you're looking for it, look for that. Oh, whoa. Okay, we're off to the races here. Anyway, let me flip back over to my other thing while we wait. Thank you, Erica. She said, even though my hair looks like, even though it's driving me crazy, it looks amazing. And Erica, I figured out who you look like. Okay, I think you're going to think she's adorable too. I'm going to go back on Instagram and I'm going to show you. Her name is Julie's Story. Yes, this gal right here. I mean, I'm just looking at your, it's called Julie's Story. She does the funniest reels. But from the little tiny thing that I can see on here, you remind me of her. She's hilarious. If you haven't watched her, you should totally go check her out. Look how adorable she is with the glasses and the red lips. That's what I'm picking up. Anyway, am I going to need to buy these products after seeing you use them? Jane, I don't know, but hopefully you like them. Hopefully you like them. So anyway, the paper clips, Julie, I know. I'm just giving you guys a moment to get your votes in. Jane, I hope you're feeling better. I honestly have been thinking about you and praying for you, and I hope that your healing process goes much quicker. Okay, we're going to end the poll, and we are at better press 60% and hot foil, give me all the tips, 39%. So we are doing rainbow better press, and God help me, I hope this works. So, okay, that means I can turn off my hot foil system that's over here that's making the room hot. It's not even hot here today, and yet somehow when I get in here and I get moving and I get talking and all the lights are on, it gets warm. So, we're going to pull out the better press again, and we'll go through a little bit of this, but I don't want to talk too long about the better press because I think that accomplishing what I'm setting out to do is going to take a minute. I mean, it's not going to be one of those things that you just do and it's going to be over super fast. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take a minute. So this is an investment. We talked about the better press platform. This is dirty, it's stained. Don't worry. Don't worry. I tried to clean it. It doesn't come off. But this is the chase, and it has a few parts. It has the magnetic mat that keeps the press plate in place. That's going to be really super important today. It has, under the magnetic shim, it has 3 mylar shims. So if you have too much pressure, you can definitely remove a shim or 2 to make your process a little bit better. And I think you'll know if you have too much pressure, you will feel it and you won't get great results. Kim, I was going to use the Glimmer hot foil system. I get great results with it. I really do. Jane, I'm sorry to hear you have a long road ahead of you, but I'm glad that you're here, and you're always welcome here on my channel and my Instagram. And I hope that through the process of it all that I can bring a little joy to your life. So Melissa, you're right. It's well left. Now, if you were here a few weeks ago, I did some spellbinders with Yana's Daisies, and we talked all about this, but I'm going to go ahead and tape this magnetic shim in place so that it takes away the wiggle out of it, okay? That's going to help me because we are going to need to like ink and press multiple times to accomplish this. This is called the platen. This is the clear plate. This clear plate sits on these magnetic feet, and as it goes through the die cutting machine, then it's pressed onto the press plate, and that allows it to press into the paper and transfer the ink. So there you go. There's your quick overview of the Better Press system. Another thing to keep in mind with the Better Press system, on the Spellbinders website, if you're wondering if this is compatible with your die cut machine, you can check the Spellbinders website. It's definitely compatible with the Platinum 6 that I'm using today. It is not, however, compatible with the Gemini Junior. It's not compatible with the Anna Griffin Empress. So hopefully that is like a super fast overview of the Better Press, and that helps you understand it. And the whole point of Better Press is to give you that faux letterpress look. So I'm going to take the press plate here, and I'm going to end up trimming this down. But here's the deal. If this, for some reason, moves out of position, I want to be able to put it back in the same exact position before I press again. And so we're going to have to be careful as we ink that we're not moving this around. Now, here's another thing that I want to point out to you. Because this is a solid plate, my odds are better. The reason is there's more metal stuck to the magnet, and so it's more securely in place. You can definitely move it if you push it hard enough, but the goal is to keep this in place over several pressings, and I think you have a better chance of that when you are using a more solid plate. So, Sandy says, I loved your Daisy video. I'm waiting for my order. Well, I hope you have a great time playing with it. Okay, here's another thing. I would rather have a piece of paper that's too big and trim it down and possibly risk wasting a little bit of paper than getting off and not pressing in the right place. So I tend to use a piece of cardstock that's bigger than what I need. It just makes my life better. You know what I mean? And I can use the scraps for something else, but I do need to make sure that this is really well secured to my platen because we're going to be running this through multiple times. Okay, so this is maybe a little overkill, maybe a little too big. So let's just cut it down just a little bit, and then we can set some of that aside. Then I don't have to worry about, you know, getting, I don't know, my ink on it and that sort of thing. I'm telling you, this is ambitious. I'm not guaranteeing any results today because we're trying something that, you know, I would say this is probably a little more advanced, but this would look great pressed in a single color or even foiled in gold. It's going to look great. So I'm going to go to 5 by 7 inches on this, and I have just that little bit that's left over. And then we're going to secure this to our platen. Yes, you guys are all chatting out there, and I love that. You're glad to see each other, and that's what I love to see here. Just love all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to secure this into the center of the A7, although it really doesn't matter because, like I said, I'm going to be trimming this down. The other thing that giving a larger piece of cardstock does for me is that it allows me to put plenty of tape onto the cardstock, and I don't have to worry about it running into my design. So I can secure this well, and I'm not worried about, you know, this being overlapped by this. Does that make sense? Jen says she has this press plate in her wish list. Okay, so here are my colors. You're gonna love this. Rainbow, we said it's rainbow already. So here, let's look. And I did link these. Cheeky, Melon, Golden, Leafy, Fresh Mint, Lagoon, and Orchid. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. Okay. So pink is always my go-to instead of red. It's just who I am. I cannot help myself. So we're going to stack these up, and then we're going to kind of do a little bit of figuring out. You know what I mean? So let's figure out where we want our pink to go to. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 lines. We have 7 colors. Look, we're going to do some math. That's less than 3. That's like 2 lines each. So 18 divided by 7. Oops, that's 0.18. It would work. 18 divided by 7. 2.5 lines each. Okay, so we're going to do like maybe like 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. We'll see how that works. Okay, if I did 3 times, okay, that's just getting too much. I'm thinking 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2 might work. We'll see. We might need to do another like press at the end. We'll see. Question, Carissa or anybody, have you participated in the Spellbinders Weekend Virtual Retreat before? I am assuming that they have had a class similar, but not sure. First time I saw the kit. I did actually teach at that event last year. So yes, I have participated in it. And it's a great event. Yeah. Okay, so Cheeky is going to go on the first 1, 2, 3 lines. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. The tricky part is going to be like blending the colors together on this vertical line. And so I think what I'll do is I'm going to take some wide mint tape from scrapbook.com. This is not linked below, and I apologize ahead of time because we're going to go through probably quite a bit of this. But I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 lines, and I'm going to go like just in the between of the 3. Okay, so on that horizontal line, I'll hold this up in just a moment. On that horizontal line, I am putting my masking on the in between. So that's where I'm going to go with it when I go to my next color as well. Okay, so first I'm going to ink up once I've masked off those, and I'm going to just tap, tap, tap. And for those of you who are like super freaked out by a mess, we're going to make a mess today, and that's okay. We're going to be okay. I promise. I feel like that one line does not want to ink up. There we go. Okay, so as I told you, I'm not guaranteeing results today. So I'm going to take my cloth, and I am going to clean up some of this, okay, especially on the background of the plate up here that I can control. What I can control, we will do. But we're being very gentle to not move the press plate, okay? We don't want to rub too hard. Okay, then I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to place my platen onto the chase, and we're going to go through the die cut machine. Could I do it all with a brush? Probably, but the thing is, when you add the ink on with the brush, you're losing intensity in the ink. So the color that you're going to get is not true color. It's going to be light, and you would probably have to press it actually more by doing it with a brush than you would by doing it with the ink pad. So I would recommend doing straight direct to. Okay, so do you see that? I actually have it pressed into the paper right here, and I have my first 3 rows in Cheeky. Now, I am not going to worry about cleaning this. I'm going to take my masking. I'm going to go right about here. So that's, and we're going to do 2 lines for the next one. We'll reuse as much of this as we can, okay? So, and then we're going to go 2 lines, okay? So 2 lines of orange, which is melon, and we're going to go right in between that vertical line again. So I'm just splitting the difference on the verticals. Okay, then we'll go to melon. And again, being very careful not to move anything, I'm just going to ink up those 2 lines. Now here's the deal. Honestly, if I had little ink cubes in these colors, I would for 100% sure be using the ink cubes, but I do not have Stamp Market ink cubes. And so we're just using what we have today, and we're going to make it work. Okay. So ink cubes would be ideal here. Don't have them, we'll make what we have work. Okay. So we've inked up 2 lines. We're going to remove our masking again, being careful not to move our press plate. Remove this. And then we are going to place our platen back on, and we're gonna run this through. Now, I'm not gonna bring my die cut machine over every time, but I will reveal in front of you guys every time, okay? It's gonna make our lives a lot easier, okay? Do we agree? Question, couldn't you do all the colors at once? Yes. However, if you want it super clean between the colors, then I would recommend masking. Question, how do you come up with these unusual ideas for adding color or design ideas? They just hit me. I don't know. Okay, so now we have 2 orange. Don't those look good? Okay, so now we're gonna ink off what we've done in orange, right about there. And we're gonna move on to golden. I don't really want to get all that ink on my golden, so we're going to put that one aside. We're going to do this. So we're keeping it as clean as possible between the 2 colors. And maybe we don't need to like go so big on our you know, masking. So, okay. So now I'm going to pull off more. Once this dries, you could probably use it again, but okay, so we're going to do 3 this time. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to split the difference here. This is easier if it's an even thing across. 1, 2, 3. Okay, split the difference, cover those up. That'll be about right. If we have a little piece that needs to be covered, I'll just rip off that part and fix it. Okay? So now we're going to move to golden, and we're going to ink this up. Okay, now golden is pretty close to the melon. I mean, they will blend together if some of it gets on some of these lines that are exposed. But let's see what we can do here. Golden. And I'm just being very careful. I'm sure my face looks great in the camera as I'm like, you know, you got to hold your mouth right sometimes. That's how it is. Okay, I made a big mess with golden. And so I'm going to just do a little cleanup. Did you see that shift? Okay, so hopefully we're back in the right place. If we're not, we have to start over. Okay, now I want to bring this back. So I lied. I did not realize you were live today. So glad I stumbled on this. Carrie, I'm so glad. I usually go live every Friday. However, I will tell you guys ahead of time, I'm going to be out of town next Friday. So I will be live Wednesday. Wednesday at, I think, noon, because I'm leaving town Wednesday night. Okay. Yes, we are good. Okay. So now we have the pink, the orange, the yellow. Now we need to do green. I'm going to clean up my plate just a little. I'm holding it in place just so that I don't go too crazy. Now, here's the other deal. If you like don't want to waste all this like mint tape or whatever, totally get it. Grab some papers that you've printed that were mess ups and use those instead. So we'll do that. So we did yellow down to, let's see, we have 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That seems too far. Okay, hold on. I've lost count. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I only did 2 of the pink. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna go there, right there-ish. And we need to go 2. So we're gonna just expose 2. I told you this is not for the faint of heart, okay? This is like we're committed, okay? We're committed to this card project. We're going big or we're going home. Okay, now the thing about these is that they're gonna move all around. So I'm just gonna grab a little piece of tape to help me out. Be another little hand for me. And this is brave. Honestly, to do this live, I thought I have to be just a little crazy to be doing this live, but that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna go with Leafy. We may have to make up a line or 2 here and there. Okay, I can see when I have the ink just right on there. So I'm just kind of like peeking at it from the side to make sure I have the ink where I need it. And honestly, what would have been even wiser of me would have been to use this press plate like once or twice before I tried this technique, because just like a stamp, it does kind of need a little bit of conditioning. And so I think honestly, if I had like used it once or twice, I would have probably been better off. Okay, we're gonna take off that little bit of ink there and we're gonna re-ink. Marianne says, thank you for taking the time to do this for us. Well, it's, you know what, honestly, I look forward to this. It's so much fun for me. I appreciate you all spending your time here with me. So thank you. Okay, let's take this off. We have a lot of ink right there. We're gonna just wipe it up. You gotta hold your mouth right, you know? Gotta hold your mouth right. Okay, let's do this. You're on my calendar now for every Friday at 4 p.m. Well, Carrie, change it to Wednesday next week. And then the following week, it should be for, oh, you know what? The following week, I might not be live. That's Mother's Day weekend. We might be 2 weeks in a row. We might be on a different time. But stay tuned to my Instagram because I'll announce it. Here's why I might not be live on the 9th of May. I might not be live on the 9th of May because my little boy is coming home for the weekend for Mother's Day. Isn't that exciting? Okay, that is fabulous. I'm not hating this, y'all. Not hating it. I'm going to clean up just a little bit. I'm going to hold it in place just to buy me some insurance. I can see now where my green went, and I want to do 3. I actually like the mint tape better. We're going back to mint tape. We're going to go 3 for fresh mint. So 1, I know this is a waste, but you know what? Sometimes the price of beauty is, we are not judging your mouth. You know what? I know what I look like when I'm thinking because I've seen pictures of it and it's not my favorite look. I'm going to be honest. 1, 2, 3. 3 lines of fresh mint. I do definitely like this better. It just makes my life easier. And we're going to ink this up. As I mentioned, if I had ink cubes, I think this would be a lot easier with ink cubes, but I don't. So we're making it work with what we have. Okay, ink, 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 ink. I'm getting real close to it so I can see that I'm inked. Pull off my masking. This is another way that you can do rainbow stamping as well, but instead of a Letterpress, you would just be using like your Misty or your stamp wheel. Okay, I'm gonna put this back on. Go through the machine. Yeah, I agree, Erica. It is like applying mascara. The faces make the magic possible. You are so right. Oh, Kelly, thank you for the super chat. I'm going to buy myself a coffee with that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Stephanie, I know you said we're not judging your mouth, but seriously, I know what it looks like. I know what it looks like. I might be judging it. I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Fabulous. Okay, we are going to go, because I got off. I think this would have worked had I not only done 2 with the pink. If I had done 3 with the pink, I got off, and I think my 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3 thing would have worked. However, let's see. Because I got off, we're going to end with 3s of everything. But I don't know if I love that idea. Maybe we go, if we did 2, 2, and then we could go back to pink. Okay, we'll do 2, 2, and then back to pink. Okay, so that's blue, blue, blue. So we're going to go 2 here. 2 lines, pink. Yes, that's what we're going to do. Okay, we make other plans, right? When it doesn't come out. Okay. So there's 2. We're going to go to Lagoon. Because I honestly kind of want those hearts at the bottom to be pink, and I'm willing to work for that. Okay, Lagoon. We're going to just ink this up. Okay, Boop, 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 boop. Okay, inking it up. Put that aside. Remove the masking. I mean, and this isn't horrible, right? If you were doing this on your own and you were not talking to everybody, it may not take you as long. I'm just saying. Let's run it through. Everything, I probably just jinxed it, but I'm like, everything seems to be staying in place well so far because I'm making sure that I'm being careful to not shift anything. Okay. Pivot. Stephanie, I am a huge Friends fan. Oh, I love that freshman into Lagoon. Look at this, y'all. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to cut this down. Okay. Okay, let's put that aside. We're gonna need a few more pieces, but don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Okay, 1, 2, we're gonna go there. We're gonna go 2 of Orchid, 2 of Cheeky, and we'll be back. The cutting edge, no, that was toe pick, Jen. I am a huge cutting edge fan. I don't know very many people who have seen the cutting edge, but it makes me feel better that you know. She goes, toe pick. Interestingly enough, I did work with someone who was a lot like that Russian coach. Again, just it was not a great situation. And we won't say where or when, but I'm so glad I'm not doing that anymore. Okay, Orchid she juicy. Look at, she hasn't been used very much. Okay, I'm wasting a ton. Wow, this ink pad is like full. Okay, I'm just gonna gently tap across with the edge. Okay. All right, remove. Wow, look at all that ink that's in that Orchid ink pad. It is coming in hot. I hope it doesn't get all yucky on my paper. Pivot, yes. Toe pick, yes. Yes, you're right. Pivot was the couch on Friends and toe pick was cutting edge. Donna says, I bet you are an excellent nurse. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. I like to think so. I don't know. I've never been my patient. Oh my gosh! It's working and everything's lined up and it's so cute. I love this so much. Okay, last piece. We're going to use the same piece again, but we're going to flip it around so we don't get any Orchid on my cheeky pad. Okay, and do you see now I'm going to end up with pink little hearts at the bottom, and y'all, this is going to be so good. Okay, cheeky at the bottom, cheeky. Okay, we're going to just make sure we get it inked up real good because we don't want to press this twice if we don't have to. I've had, anybody felt off this week? Is something like, I don't know, I'm not watching the news or anything. I just, like, this week has been one of those weeks where I'm just like, I feel so off. I'm wondering if that's a thing or if it's just me. Take a deep breath for the last color. I know. Melissa loved the cutting edge too. I agree. It was one of my favorites. Now, here's the deal. This would be like next to impossible to do rainbow foils, but rainbow inks on a better press, we could totally do it. OMG. Y'all, it worked. Love it. Okay, and just for funsies, let's turn on my glimmer and we'll just run it through the glimmer one time just to show you who all wanted the foil. Do we have time for that? We probably don't. Let's stick around at the end. If you want to see this foiled, I will foil this plate at the end. How's that? Or should we do it now? You let me know in the comments. Do you want me to foil it now just so you can see it foiled? Or do you want me to move on? Carissa, stop talking. had a manicure this week. I really don't want to mess it up yet. It always ends up messed up, but for now, we will just protect the manicure. Okay, it did rip the paper, which is another good reason to have some extra margin at the top. So I'm okay with that. Tina loved the cutting edge streaming services recently. What streaming sessions? Oh, thank you, Nada. Thank you so much. So glad you're here. Which streaming platform is it on? Emma, you're about 38 minutes late, but you know what? We're glad you're here, late or not. We just did Rainbow Better Press, and man, let me just tell you, worth every moment we put into it. Now we have to just create with it and not totally mess it up, right? Now, please, foil. Yes, foil. Okay. Tina's going to tell me what streaming service Cutting Edge is on. Thank you, because I would totally make my husband watch that with me when I get some time. I'm leaving town next week, and so I am have so much to get done before I leave town that I think I'm going to have to do some work on Sunday after church. I am to that point. Crystal said, I missed it. What inks are you using today? We have all Stamp Market inks. We are using Cheeky, Melon, Golden, Leafy, Fresh, Mint, Lagoon, and Orchid. And they're all linked in the YouTube description below. Let's look at this though. Can we just take a moment and just appreciate our little rainbow piece of paper here? I mean, come on. Okay, this is still heating up. I'm going to set this to the side. We're going to do this in gold because everybody wants to see it foiled. Okay, here is my hot tip for foil. Number one, a lot of people ask me how I store my foil. My most used foils, I cut down into about card size panels, a little bit larger, because like I said, I like to allow myself room for error, and I put them in a stamp pocket. And so they're ready to go. I can just pull one out and be on the go. My other tip for foiling is cardstock matters. It literally matters, y'all. I know that it's hard to bite the bullet and spend money on certain things when you know that there are cheaper options out there, but cardstock matters. And I love I'm sorry, I'm bending over and putting trash in the trash can just so I don't get ink everywhere. My favorite cardstock for foiling and for ink blending and stamping is Concord and Ninth. It just is. It's so smooth. It's so good. Hammermill is also a great smooth white cardstock. As far as others, I'm not sure I've really tried them, so I can't speak to it, but those are my two favorites. Tina and Melissa said it's on Prime. Woohoo! I can watch it. And someone said, Carrie says, I don't have the Better Press yet. I still need to watch a lot of videos and make sure I will use it. The machine is a good price point, but collecting the plates, yikes. Well, the cool thing about Better Press plates, Carrie, is every press plate can be used to foil, and they foil really beautifully. So anything that you have that's a press plate, you can foil with. I'm going to just set my timer here so that can start. You cannot go backwards. That's the number one question. Can I use my foil plates to Better Press? You cannot go the opposite way, but all the Better Press plates are compatible with both a hot foil system and with your Better Press system. So a press plate is an investment, just like a cover die would be or anything like that, but you get a 2-for-1 if you have both systems. So I'm going to let this timer run. Once the timer runs, then we're going to bring over our cardstock and we're going to bring in our foil. Now, here's one thing I will tell you. I have noticed recently that my Platinum 6 probably needs to probably needs to be replaced. I feel like the pressure is giving up a little bit. So if we don't get good results, and I know that this is good and hot when I run it through, chances are it's pressure. There are three major factors in foiling, and I think the three factors, the biggest factors of foiling, so the things that you need to troubleshoot if you're not getting good results is, do I have enough heat? Do I have enough pressure? And am I using the right cardstock? Those three things make all the difference in the world. So it's a very solid plate. I just touched it. Don't do that. My timer is done because it stopped blinking. So I'm going to remove the platform from the base and I'm going to take this over to my Platinum 6. I'm going to add my foil with the pretty side facing the press plate. Then I'm going to add my cardstock on top. And then I'm going to add the two shims that came with the Glimmer Hot Foil system. And I'm just going to put those right on top. I kind of wiggled that around. And now I'm going to run this through. Jen says, I personally have better luck foiling press plates than I do hot foil plates. A lot of people say that. Emma's joining from the comfort of her bed with clean sheets, clean PJs, fresh skincare, and mint tea. Oh, that sounds amazing, Emma. I love PJ time. My husband always is like, are you really already in your pajamas? And I'm like, yeah, I am. Ooh, look at that. We got great results. I have a little overfoiling up here. I'll show you how to take care of that. Let's turn this off though, because it's making my room warm. I know that that seems crazy, but it really does. Carrie says, I don't know the difference between a press plate and a hot foil plate, so much to learn. Well, a hot foil plate will be marked hot foil plate, and they're usually like mostly a copper color, mostly. And the press plates are always marked with press plate, so you can just tell by the title of the product. Now, to take away that extra foiling, I can just use a little sand eraser. Just like that. And now I have a perfectly hot foiled memo. Isn't that adorable? It says to someone special. Love it. Love it. So there's another option for using this press plate. So rainbow, solid, rainbow better press, solid colored, better press, solid colored foiling. It's all possible. So we have some work to do and we've been chatting our little brains out, and I have some things that are pre-cut here. I thought I would use this manila envelope, which is really cute because you can just take this and add these pieces onto the front of an A2 size card front. And you can create the look of a manila envelope, but I'm thinking by the size of this, it's going to cover up all my cuteness, and I'm not down with that. So we will probably save this for maybe a different idea. But we are going to use the paper clip, and I've already pre-cut the paper clip out of white cardstock a couple of times. And I think let's die cut it out of some glitter, diamond glitter paper. What do you think? A little paper, a little sand eraser can do amazing things. So let's grab, where, oh, it's right in front of me. Hello. I told you, I've been like so distracted this week. I'm going to run this through my die cut machine. Because it's glitter cardstock, I'm going to run it through my Anna Griffin Empress machine with it cutting into the plastic plate. So if I have like a glitter cardstock, a vellum, something that's a little more intricate, I will often cut into the plastic or the clear cutting pad. If it's just kind of a standard die, I'll normally cut into the magnetic portion. So Jen says the paper clip is on its way to me with some other goodies. They're arriving tomorrow. That is so much fun. That is so much fun. Okay, We have it totally die cut here. We just got to pop it out. Okay. Oh my word, that is the cutest paper clip ever. Now, the reason I did a couple of layers is because I really want to make it sturdy. So one layer of cardstock I know is not enough, and we will trim this down in just a bit, but I'm going to go with what I do know that I want to do right now before I make any other calls on this. So I'm going to layer up some white cardstock behind my glitter to start. We will see how sturdy it is with one layer, and if we need to add a second layer, we can. All of us. Yeah, this diamond glitter cardstock in person is, I mean, it is really, really just wow. It actually has real pieces of silver in it that make it just shine like no tomorrow. And it's got a really white base. It's not super gray like other silvers. Like, let me show you this compared to, hold on, we're rolling. You see me rolling. Okay. So see how like gray this one is? This is silver from Pink Fresh Studio. This is diamond glitter. Do you see the difference? It's a very white silver, which I love. It's just so beautiful. Okay, and that should be linked below as well. Okay, so now we need to figure out like where we're going with this bad boy. It does look so good with the rainbow. Love this. I also have the hearts, which I die cut from some Cheeky. So we'll probably put some of that in there somewhere, like a heart. And then we'll probably just, this may be a really simple card, but I'm loving this so much that I don't want to do a whole lot with it. So I'm going to grab some A2 layering dies. We're just going to kind of see what we get here. Okay, so actually, this one's a few in from the largest. So we're going to have some margin on the edge, which I actually really like about that. This is not quite as big as an A2 size card front, this press plate. That one's too small, so we're going to go back up. So it's the third one down. These are precision layering dies, A2 layering dies from Spellbinders. They are not linked below because I, did not anticipate really using them. So Stephanie says, I bought that paper. I love it. Emma, I need to have a hint on where I can get it in the UK. Any ideas? I don't know. And I don't know, does the stamp market not ship internationally? I'm not real sure. So I don't know the ins and outs of that. I'm so sorry. Can anybody help her? So I'm going to line this up. I'm going to get it as centered and as straight as possible. So I'm just looking at all the edges down here, all the edges over here, the top and the bottom. And because I have so much deeply invested in this one little piece of my card, I'm actually, even though I'm using the magnet, I'm going to tape it in place. But I'm not going to tape into my design because I don't want to tear my paper cardstock. Looks like the website dies for the Carrie's TSM there in the UK. Oh, I don't know. Sorry, dies to die for. Dies to die for. There you go. In the UK. Okay, so I have that all lined up. Worth every second. I just thought I should throw this out there. Like, I use the Stamp Market products because I love them. I actually don't have an affiliate link with them. I just love these products, and so that's why I'm using them. So I see you all checking them out. So if you want to put like in an order note, just tell Amy or the people at the Stamp Market, like, oh, I saw you on Carissa's live stream. You can put that in your order note if you head over there and check things out. Or if you check him out on social media, just say, you know, hey, I found you from Carissa. Just letting me know. I know that would make her day. Okay, so this is perfect. I love everything about it. And then I think here's where I'm gonna need to be ordering. I'm gonna need to be ordering some more Fresh Mint cardstock because I'm thinking this might be what I want to put this on, but I'm not sure. I don't know. It doesn't feel quite right. I'm thinking paper clip on the side with maybe like a little heart above and a sentiment. What do we think? I think this could be, okay, here's the deal. We're gonna do another poll. Are y'all ready for another poll? Okay, I'm gonna get my thing here. Turn you on, Mr. Keyboard. Let's add another poll. Start a poll. Which sentiment set should I use? We have Cue the Confetti, which is birthday theme, birthday and celebration. It won't let me put all that. Celebrate. Or we have this other one that's out of stock. So there you go. Start the poll. So I'm going to hold these up while you guys are voting. I'm going to give you just a couple minutes to vote. So this is Cue the Confetti here. It has all of these. They both have coordinating die sets, by the way. So we're going to die cut it out. We're probably going to make this in black and like put it on some thing. So we can do something like this, like hooray, celebrate, hip hip hooray, happy birthday, congrats, something like that. Or we can do these, which is big hugs, love you, best wishes, cheers, congrats, smile. But this one, I'm going to warn you, it's out of stock. I don't even remember what it's called. So let me see if I can look at what this one's called, because I'm not real sure. Let's see. This one is called Best Wishes. Best Wishes. So what are we thinking? You know what? Here's the deal. Every time I pull out that keyboard, y'all ask about it. So it is linked at the top. It's from Amazon and I love it. I love the clicky clacky sound that it makes. Now, if someone else was using it by me, I would hate it. Like if my husband was across the room using that keyboard in my presence, I would probably totally hate it. But I love it when I'm working on my own. So anyway, so we have Best Wishes, or we have, is that what it was called? Good grief. Best Wishes or Cue the Confetti. Those are our options. They're both really cute. We're going to die cut it at whatever. Best Wishes. I love the font. Okay, did you vote, Carrie, in the poll? It should be open at the top of your YouTube live chat. So just make sure you vote in the poll. Okay, I'm going to give you guys like just a couple more minutes. While I do that, I want to tell you what I would do with the foiled version to bring a rainbow vibe to it. So I would use these quick strips, which they're available. These are the 16th inch. These are 1/8 inch. These are quarter. These are half. Okay, these are dies that cut a bunch of colored, well, whatever cardstock you use, strips at once. So if I were going to use this foil one to bring a little rainbow vibe to it, I would probably use these 1/8 inch or the 1/4 inch strips. And where did my foiled thing go? It's under my keyboard. Okay, let's do this. Hold on. While you guys are finishing. And I would probably just put some colorful strips with that full rainbow across this and create another card in the same fashion. Put a little paper clip on there, maybe in the glitter as well. Maybe do a multi multi-metallic, and I would have all those colors in like a diagonal across here and then have my sentiment right there. That's how I think I would use this. That's what I thought I was going to do if we did foiling. So just so you know. Okay, let's see where we are in our poll. Cue the Confetti won 74 to 26. So we're going to use Cue the Confetti today, and we are going to create some sort of celebration card. So best wishes over to the side. Honestly, if you used like a hooray, you could use it for so many things, but I'm not sure that it's quite big enough. Birthday wishes? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a piece of cardstock. We're gonna set that to the side. We're gonna grab our Misty stamping tool. Question, I know it's random, but will the strips dies cut felt? That's a great question. I would think that they would. I mean, most of my dies that I use to cut are just standard dies, and I cut felt with them too. So I would think that they would cut. I'm not sure. You would want to make sure you're using a high quality felt though, like a wool felt or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp and die cut a few of these, and we're going to see what they look like. Congrats. That would be a great card, like graduation. How about Cue the Confetti? We'll just make a few. Okay, we're going to turn some of these to the side because, no, I don't want to install my software. Thank you, though. Thanks for asking. So what we're going to do first, I know a lot of you want me to use purple. I don't think I'm going to use purple for the sentiment. And the reason is because I have a lot of pink going on. So if I brought in another color here, I might do something in the middle or pink. So I'm thinking that we try Lagoon. Oh, I usually use Benzie or Pascha felt, but I could see them being used to make bows. Oh, that's a great idea. Had never thought of that. Cue the Confetti would work for a lot of celebrations. You're right. These could be baby cards. This is a cute idea for a graduation card because, you know, it's like academic looking with the, you know, with the lined ruled paper. I think that's fun. Okay, so Lagoon is going to be one thing that we're going to try. And we may have to stamp these twice because they are brand spanking new. Okay. My Perfect Stamp carries the stamp market too. Maybe they can order it for you. That is another European carrier of the stamp market Jen just found. Thank you for sharing that, Jen. That's so sweet of you to go on the hunt for us, for our friend Emma. Okay, so we're going to ink this up. Laura's here late, but we're so glad you're here. I am still live. We are stamping some sentiments for the most adorable card ever. Okay, I really like this. I really like this. I have a couple that I feel like I want a little bit better, and it's this one and this one. There's just a couple of spots that I don't feel like I quite got. That's okay, because we can ink and restamp again. Okay, let's do this one last time. One thing I do want to tell you is that when you are using these like finer lined sentiments, like all of these here, you don't want to like smash your stamps. They will like out and then you won't get those fine lines. So it's better to use like a stamp positioning tool and stamp them multiple times re-inking in between than to kind of come in and just try to put too much pressure from the beginning. I know these sentiments are so stinking cute. We're going to cut them all out at once, and we're going to decide what we want to use based on scale, I think, because it is a larger area to fill and we just have that one sentiment. So the other option we're going to try is black. So let's do this. This is VersaFine Clair Nocturne Black Pigment Ink. Another great pigment ink, honestly, really good pigment ink. Probably should have used it today. Is the Altenew Obsidian Pigment Ink. Ah, it's beautiful. Cue the Confetti is sold out. It was not sold out before I went live, I don't think. I don't know that I checked it for sure, but is it sold out? I'm so sorry. You can hit the notify me button, and I'm sure this one will be on reorder. Okay, so I do feel like this ink pad is at the point of needing re-inking because this is usually a really good black pigment ink, and I did not get great results at all. So, and I am having to put a little more pressure than usual to get the ink to release. Megan, I need to text you when I'm done. Idea, just turn them over and do a random pick to use on your project. I don't know if I'm that brave because I want it to turn out really good. Black sentiment with green card base, possibly. I'm actually thinking of a whole different color of card base that's not even in my stack over here. That's a possibility because the sea glass from the Stamp Market is so good. Okay, these are beautiful. Okay, now I have all of these extra sentiments that I can use. I'll have them ready, but let's find, here's the deal. These are still wet, so I'm going to make sure that I put a piece of scrap. These are old planner pages that I had printed and I never used them. Anyway, I'm going to put a piece of scrap cardstock over the top as I die cut because this ink will definitely transfer to my cutting pads if I don't protect them because it's still wet and it's a pigment ink. So now we have to find all the dies that line up with these sentiments, and these look like you have to kind of look through them to make sure that you're getting them in the right spot. Okay, now we need cue the confetti. And it may be that we choose the one that we mess up the least. That could be. Sorry that my head is in the shot. I need to get in here to position these because it's like you're looking through areas of the die to make sure you get it lined up. Another thing that you could do is you could cut like a negative piece and then use that to line up your dies. Okay, hold on. This one's a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but I'm seeing where it's going now. Okay, so we have all of those in place. Let's run them through. We're gonna put our scrap paper on top just so that we're not transferring any of that pigment ink. Roberta thinks I need to live on the wild side. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can. Let's see what these look like. I still have some tape on the back of these dies. Oh, these are so good. I don't want to smear them though. Let's do this. Oh my word, that is fantastic. it like cuts out all the little insides. Oh man, these are good. These are good. I'm sorry, I did not realize Q the confetti was sold out. The last time I looked at it, which was before the last time we went live, it was not sold out. So I apologize for that. But as I said, hit that notify me and you'll get an email when they restock. Because this is really a great sentiment set. And now that I'm die cutting them, they're like 100 times better. I mean, they were good before, but look at that. Look at that. Okay, so we're just going to set the black ones over to the side. We're going to cut the blue ones. It's 2:08. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I'm keeping you for a very, very, very long time today, but we did a advanced technique with the rainbow butter press. I would call that 100% an advanced technique. Would you all agree with me on that? I think you would. I warned you ahead of time, though. I said it's not for the faint of heart. I do think the results were 100% worth it, though. And hopefully you agree with me on that, because I think it's a very special card. There's the congrats. Okay, now we're going to cut all the Lagoon ones. Question, who makes these sentiments? I think I missed who you said it was. They're from the Stamp Market as well, which is what the Scene company that makes the press plate that we use, Jane. And all of it's linked below. Would it help to use a heat tool to dry the ink? It would help, but I'm impatient. It would definitely help. Okay, so we're going to get all of these back lined up with the blue ones now, or the Lagoon ones. Okay, and then we'll run those through. The thing is, we got ink into some of these dies, and I'm wondering, that was a big mistake. We'll see if it affects them. Otherwise, if I had to clean them, because I did get some, I don't know if you can see it. Do you see that there's some ink down in there? I probably should have cut the blue ones first, and I probably should have dried it, but this is what impatience gets you. If I have to clean them, I probably will take some stamp cleaner, spray it into those areas, and then use a little brush to kind of, like a toothbrush, to kind of clean out those areas, and then just rinse them in some water. That's my plan. Yes, you can heat from the back and then the front for sure. Okay, that one I'm just going to wipe as best I can before I run it on there, because the areas are not quite as narrow. Okay, now I should not need my scrap paper on these because that dye ink will be dry, but we'll see if it ruins my other sentiments or not. Okay. I love the open dies too. The open areas. I think it just makes them feel so special. Now these I'm not worried about smudging because they're a dye ink, so they're already going to be dry. And there's that. Looks fantastic. Oh, it doesn't look like we had any transfer, so that's good. On this one, at least. We'll see what the others look like. I probably won't clean them then if I'm not getting transfer, just because, I mean, let's be real. Do I have time for that? I have my daughter helping me this weekend because I am working on something big, and I am leaving town next week for a few days, and I literally don't know how I'm going to get it all done. So I have her helping me out, and she's going to do some die cutting for me. So I'm going to have my assistant in the craft room tomorrow. I actually have to go to my nurse job tomorrow. So that is part of the reason that I feel like I'm feeling so tight on time, because usually I would just go ahead and work on a Saturday if I needed to. This one did not cut all the way through. but I have an idea for that. So let's just get Hooray out if we can. These are so intricate. They probably would have done better had I die cut into the clear plate instead of the magnetic mat, but I wanted them to stay in place. So, I mean, Megan, it's not super exciting, but I mean, it is quite a chore. So you probably know what it is. It'll be out next month. Hi, Terry. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here too. So a couple of these we did not get all the way through on. I should know better because it is a little more of an intricate die. I probably should have cut into the clear plastic plate. But if I need to, I can redo these. So let's just have a look at what we have. We'll cross that bridge if we need to. But let's just kind of put this aside for now and we'll see what kind of thing looks good. First question is black or Lagoon? I kind of like the black. The Lagoon looks great too. So I'm going to let you guys vote on that. I'll just put this in here real quick. I think I can do this real quick. You guys seem to like it when I do more polls. So, okay, black, sentiment, or Lagoon. I'm going to be honest, I really like the contrast of the black. So ever need to use a metal shim? Sometimes I do. Yeah, and I could use a metal shim and they would cut just fine on there, but I don't like to use it unless I have to because it gets really curly then. Cue the confetti. That's awfully cute. And then we have Hooray. I really like, honestly, I'm loving the scale of the birthday wishes. Here's Hooray. But this just feels like it takes up a little more real estate. And it just feels right, kind of like there in the middle of that card. Doesn't that feel right? I'm digging it. So we have both the Lagoon or the black, but I really like the black, you guys. Okay, let's see where you guys are at. Congrats would be fun. I think I haven't narrowed down to either congrats or birthday wishes, but I'm really liking the congrats. I mean the birthday wishes. Cue the confetti's cute. Let's see where you guys are at on this poll. Oh, you guys do not disappoint, I tell you. Black sentiment. Y'all are my people. You just see it. You see it too. You see it when I see it, and I love that. Okay, so birthday wishes in the black. Do we feel good about that? I feel good about that. And then what I'm thinking, I have all these that I can use for something else. I'm thinking we actually die cut that from some diamond glitter cardstock and we offset it just a little bit to give it a little more weight on the card front. And I'm thinking that this sea glass cardstock is actually perfect for this. So this is where I think I'm going. Birthday wishes. Roberta says my polls don't like her today. I'm sorry, Roberta. Let's get birthday wishes. Let's find the diamond glitter cardstock. I can maybe make it work on this little scrap. I'm going to just tape it in place. Nicole says the stamp market is one of my favorites. Well, I'm so glad that you're here today to check this out then. Okay, this tape on glitter cardstock never really works, but it makes me feel better. So I'm going to make sure that all my blades are covered. And then we're going to put this, we're going to cut into the clear plastic shim this time, not into the magnetic shim. And we're going to run this through. We've done actually a lot. I know we are like an hour and 20 into this, but we have done some rainbow letterpress. We have done a foiled example just to like see what it looked like in the foiling. And so we have actually done quite a bit. I'm just removing this sentiment from the glitter. The glitter, I feel like all glitter cardstocks have almost like a plasticky, so they don't release as well. Like they cut, like this cut all the way through, but getting it to release is like a whole nother thing. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering if that trick for the bubble mailer, have you guys ever seen that where you die cut into a bubble mailer? I'm wondering if that would help with glitter sentiments. I mean, it's coming apart. You just have to like, it wants to stick in there, you know? Okay. What are you guys watching on TV these days? Do we have any Survivor fans out there? Do we have any Amazing Race fans out there? I still watch both of those shows. It's like really the only actual TV that I watch these days, I think. I love a good competition show. Okay. Oh, isn't that pretty? You could almost use these without the stamps. Hacks Pulse. Yes, you could run it through twice. Don't mind the time. I'm truly enjoying your creativity. Well, thank you. Look at how cute this is going to be offset. OMG. Okay, let's get some glue on the back of this because it's going to take a minute. Pit was fantastic. I can't, Survivor, yes, it's making you work for sure. I heard Pit is like the pit, whatever it is like a medical thing. And honestly, I work in a hospital and y'all, I watched Grey's Anatomy for years and I go back and I watch it now. I was not a nurse when I first watched Grey's Anatomy. And I go back and I've seen it here and there again. And I'm like, doctors don't do that. A doctor would never do that. That is such a lie. Okay, that would never happen. So I have a hard time with the believability factor because I'm like, that's not true. Also, they like to shock asystole on those medical dramas, which asystole is a heart rhythm, which is basically absent, but it's, you know, flatline. You never shock flatline. I hate to ruin it all for you, but it's all just not right. Okay, I don't watch much TV either, Roberta, just those two shows really. 911, Dateline, The Pit. Doctors and nurses say The Pit is pretty true to life. Really? If a doctor starts an IV, I'm going to say no, 100% no. Phillies baseball, there you go. We do watch a lot of Giants baseball around here. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to offset it just a touch to where you can see that glitter layer behind it. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but I trust me, you will see it in the photos. The Pit was supposed to be very accurate. Okay, I might watch an episode and we'll see if they shock asystole, then it's all over. Does anybody remember them shocking a flatline? Because that doesn't happen. Okay, there we go. Now we need to put our little paper clip in place. He's gonna hang off the side, and here's why. Here's why. I want to be able to see, maybe I should have done it like this, yeah. This, Okay, we're gonna do it like that, and we're gonna let it hang off the side so that you can see like this part of the paper clip and you don't lose like the paper clip vibe. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now that we have that there, then we are going to take, I really need more foam panels, everyone. Who can come and make foam panels for me? Maybe have my daughter do that. Watch an episode and tell us what you think on Wednesday. If I have time, I will. But honestly, my week ahead looks like insanity. And I'm not sure that I'm going to have time. I have really stopped also turning on the TV while I create. I just think that my brain is a lot clearer if I'm not processing more than one thing at a time. And if I was doing something like just assembling some die cuts or something, I think that would be a whole nother story. But like creating start to finish, I'm just finding that I'm better to allow my brain to breathe a little bit and then actually take that time to just, you know, allow my thoughts to process. Work through it all. Matlock's pretty good. Okay, so is that a new Matlock? Because I used to watch Matlock with like, you know, like back in the day. Was that new? I don't know. I don't really, like I said, I'm like Roberta said, I don't watch a ton of TV, so I have those few things. My husband has a hard time getting me to just sit down for the 2 shows we do watch. Okay. Let's do a little foam on the back of our heart, just so that it's ready to go on when we're ready for it. And put music videos or cooking shows on when I craft. I'm not on Zoom if I'm not on Zoom crafting with friends. The Closer. You know, it was a crazy show that we watched. Like super intense. I couldn't believe it was on TV kind of thing. Years ago, we watched a show called The Following, and it was about a cult. And let me tell you, it was so intense, to the point where I would have to say, okay, we have to stop this episode. I cannot watch it all tonight. Or we would have to watch it all in the day. It was with Kevin Bacon. We would have to watch it all in the daytime so that my mind would have time to process it out before I had to go to bed. But it was like crazy good show, but super like thriller, creepy. It was intense. So I'm not saying I necessarily recommend it. If it's that intense, it's probably not good for you. I'm just putting foam adhesive on the back of my stacked up sentiment now so that we can have some dimension on that, because you know I'm all about the dimension. Love me some dimension. And we're going to put that there. Okay, we seem to be pretty supportive. Oh, I love this. Pink Fresh Card for Him event, and it's the first event for me, Christine. Awesome. Yes, I'm so excited. You're going to have a great time. Here's my tip for events. Any event, okay? Doesn't matter what event you're going to, virtual event. Do your homework ahead of time. You will thank me, okay? Just have your homework done, have that done, and you'll be good. Go in with the thought that if you get behind, you know you can always watch it back. Most of those virtual events, you get access to them for a lifetime or for the life of, you know, like the platform that they're on, or, you know, at least a year or whatever. So you can always go back and rewatch. So just don't get overwhelmed, I would say. Those are my 2 events. Tracker is good. We're watching The Rookie from the beginning. Oh, okay. Hey, Simon, what's up? Simon's just casually popping in here at the end of my live stream. Look at this. Look at this. I feel like I should zoom you guys in. You want to come in? Come in a little closer. Come in just a little closer so you can see the sparkly goodness of that glitter cardstock peeking out. It just still doesn't do it justice. Okay, Roberta says, especially if you want to craft along, remember class cards are practice ones. That's a good way of looking at it. Like you get to like experiment with the technique, and if it doesn't come out perfect during the class, you can always go back and remake it. Oh my goodness, I love this too. This rainbow butter press, I have to tell you, y'all called it right. I'm gonna just say, you guys got the choice of what we were gonna do. We were either gonna foil or we were gonna rainbow butter press, and you all nailed it with the call on that. Okay, let's get this. We good? We good? Yep, I think we're good. Okay, love the sparkle. I love the sparkle too. I'm thinking maybe we put one heart like up here. We have other hearts. I have one more heart. I could make more if we needed to. We might need 3. It feels so like Lisa Frank, doesn't it? Okay, I like this because then we have 1, 2, 3. This is it right here. Does it feel so Lisa Frank? It does. Okay, let's do this here. Love. Let's take these off. Simon, if you're still here, you said you're loving this. We did rainbow butter press, and let me tell you, we are invested on this card. But it's been worth every bit of effort that we've put into it. And I think everyone here that's watching would agree. Okay, let's do like this. Kind of slight angle. Okay, love. And let's go with more foam, more dimension, more. More is always more. More is always more. Let's do this. I'm serious now. I got my tweezers out. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, one more thing. One more thing. Are you guys in there? Are you here? Like, are you in it? Are you in it? Because we're going to finish this off, but we're going to finish strong. You know we had to do it, right? Some crystal confetti. I mean, we're this far in, we might as well finish it off. To be fair, we are an hour and a half in, but we did foiling too. We showed this in a foiled version, so we're just going to confetti this up just a little bit to bring the sparkle down the card. So we're just going to kind of trail it down the card a bit. So when I'm using confetti like this, I love something that has various sizes because I like to have different sizes going on in my arrangement. And let's see, that one is the same size as the other. So we need to go smaller here. Okay, I think just like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. Maybe a little bigger up here. Let's go bigger. Go big or go home. Okay. Let's see. Come on. Also, my dogs are probably like, hey, Mom, can you shut up, stop talking, and come let us out now? That's what I'm thinking is probably happening out there. They've been really good today, though. I knew I'd want to buy if I watched you, Carissa. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I've started doing? I've started putting things in my cart and then just like letting it simmer. And then if I can't let it go, then I'll go back and buy it. And if I am like, yeah, I'm good, I'm finding it's saving me a little bit of money. Do I need one more? I think one more. Okay, boom. That feels perfect to me. Maybe a much for you, maybe too much dimension, maybe too much sparkle. I'm not sure. Roberta, I just won a $50 Pink Fresh gift card this week. Have to figure out what I want most. Decisions. I have to say the Plumeria from the newest Pink Fresh, so beautiful. I love that one. In fact, I think when I do my Pink Fresh video for May, I may feature that one because the May release won't be out yet. Thinking about that. I have an idea for it. So there you have it. What do you think? Was it worth it? It was worth it to me. 3 to 5 projects in 5 minutes. If not, then delete it. I don't know what that is. 3-5 project in 5 minutes. Okay. I have to cover my blades up here because I'm about to stab myself over here. So let's move you out just a little bit as soon as I find my remote. Here we go. That is our final card. And then, of course, we did our foiled version as well, which is just so beautiful, shiny. I love this colorful version though. Okay, I'm going to give you just a minute or so to get some questions in. If you have any questions, I'm going to scratch my eyeball. We'll go to the side by side so I can look you all in the eye. While we're waiting, I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by today. If you're watching on the replay, I'm so glad you're here. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you have not already subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe and turn on that notification so you don't miss any of my live streams or any of the videos that I publish. Also, give this video a thumbs up, and you can share it with your friends, your crafty friends as well, and that helps me out as well. Recently, I have... we just hit the 40,000 mark here on my YouTube channel, and I'm so excited. And the other thing is, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me there because I share a lot of personal things in my stories. Like if you want to feel like you know me a little bit better, you want to interact with me a little bit better, then follow me there. Follow my stories. Also, I give updates on when I'm going live. So next week, I will be going live on Wednesday. That is the 30th of April, Wednesday, April 30th at noon, because I have to leave that afternoon, and so I want to make sure I have plenty of time. So Wednesday the 30th at noon, and then the following week, I'm not sure when it will be, but if you're following me on Instagram, I'll be sure to update you there. And you can always, like I said, if you're subscribed and you have the notifications on, then you will get a notification when I do go live. So I'm not seeing any questions in the chat. So again, thanks for being here. I hope you all have a great weekend. And until next time, I hope you have a fabulous day.